share this, information with you as well. And as of today, they're gonna just, be a member of a Ripen group through the Ripen platform. They're gonna register to Ripen for some of them, maybe the first time. So once they just, register to a group, they'll be able to communicate with you. And by the way, it depends on you. You may either just prefer to communicate with the students through the email or through the Ripen platform. And if you just want to share your email and other kinds of information, it's also okay for me. But if the students they prefer to communicate with you through the Ripen, it's also okay for me. So by the way, I'll appreciate for all the students if you just prefer to communicate with Mark through the email. Please do not forget to just put me into CC so that I can follow up all the discussions. So our most successful students are here, by the way.
That's what makes them so successful, right?
That's right.
Yeah, you always get further from showing up, don't you? Yeah.
Yes.
I've had some.
We're in the same group too, so.
Oh, are you? Wow, fantastic. I've in my life, I've had most of the biggest challenges that I've faced. I've been victorious over because I showed up, not because I was better than the next guy, or because I was faster or smarter. Just showing up is everything.
And you get a lot more information that way too.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
So by the way, Mark, just to let you know that normally my classes, they have, more or less the same level of, experience. But this class is pretty amazing because I have many students, which has, more than 10 years, 15 years of experience. So they have working in great companies. So which means that we're going to have a great project in the end of 10 weeks. So by the way, since this, voluntary, how can I say, class hours, office hours, so you can just get started or we can wait for a couple of minutes as well. But in any case, since I just record the class, so no worries if you can get started when you want. Would you like to share your screen or just share a presentation, or would you like me to help you out?
Actually, I'd be more than happy if you guided the presentation and so on. I've got your PowerPoint and I reviewed it before the meeting, so maybe we should just dive into some of those questions that you have in your PowerPoint presentation.
I mean, none of the students, they just prepare a PowerPoint presentation because if it's okay for you, you can get started to just, give you some basic information about your company, your expectations, what you would like to expect in the end of 10 weeks or something like that, so that we're going to work with the students on your project.
Okay, I do have a deck that maybe would be worth my while to share with you.
Yes.
Yeah.
By the way, if you are new to MS Teams, all you need to do is click the up arrow button on next to the red button.
Yeah. Yeah, we use Teams as well.
Oh, great to hear that.
So this is a deck that we built for investors, so that you can. Bear with me, I'll just share my screen. Oh, it says I'm not a meeting organizer and presenters can share, so
all
we'll
right.
have to
so
alter
Mark,
something.
Yeah, you are right now, you're the presenter.
Thank you. Okay, Wowzer, back up and restore. How did we arrive at this? Maybe if I could, as based on your PowerPoint that you sent, to give you a little bit of background. We transitioned Wowzer Technologies from a desktop or server-based environment accounting company to the cloud about 2 years ago. And when we transitioned to the cloud, we noticed that there were a few holes, so to speak, in the service provider's offering. And when we looked at some of the options and alternatives that we could use to pair with the service provider's cloud accounting system, we found them lacking in certain ways. So we decided to build our own. And so the ones that we developed two so far, and we're developing a third one. But the first one that we focused on was a backup and restore system. And the reason why we wanted to is because zero cloud accounting only keeps one backup. Accountants are typically taught that they need three copies of their data. They need a working copy, they need another backup, and then they need a disconnected source. In other words, in another medium. And zero only backs up to one source. And what happens is if AWS goes down, sorry, Amazon Web Services, which is their cloud host, if they go down, everything backs up to the United States, which means that they're not compliant with GDPR in Europe or Canada's data residency requirements, or any other jurisdiction like Australia has rules for data residency as well. So anytime that there's a service outage, it puts all these accountants in a position of being uncompliant. And Zero also doesn't make a commitment to restore their data. What they do is they make a commitment to do their best to get their data back up and running. So we built this backup and restore app to solve these problems. Zero owns the data, Zero controls the data. Accountants lose access if there's a service outage, and hacks and failures happen. It's just a reality of the world we live in. So what's our solution? Our solution is to create an easy to use app that allows accountants to back up and rewind and restore Zero customer data. This is their cloud accounting data. So we keep them location compliant, storage compliant, and we encrypt it to keep them safe from hackers. There are approximately 3 million Zero subscribers in the world, and there are actually more than 100,000 accounting firms, but all I could locate was 100,000 accounting firms. And these are our target market. These are the people that we want to speak to, because they're the ones that are in essence responsible for the client's data. So what we're trying to achieve is so that create a system that will allow accountants to sleep better, stop being worried about being hacked, feel in control of their data, know that they're compliant, and feel confident that they're doing the right thing for their clients. So this is a graphic image of our app, and these are a couple of organizations that are backed up. And this little icon shows that it's in the process of backing up. This one shows that it's done. An accountant can go in and take a look at these organizations, make sure that all the data is there, make sure that it's in the connections are made the way they're supposed to be made. We maintain compliance. In other words, our cloud storage, it stays in the residency of the company that they're backing up and restoring. We do have a disconnected second source of data so that if anybody were to get hacked, we could restore it under a different organization and lock that hacker out. So there would be no ransom to be paid. We also compress files so that we can store them at less cost and restore them quicker. We've also supercharged our cloud security, and we've gone with the same cloud security provider that Royal Bank uses, CIBC. All the major financial institutions in Canada use the same technology that we're using. These are our competitors. Backup My Books is currently operating as a Zero cloud app partner, and so is Control C. Some accountants, a smaller firm, may download their data and store it in a Google Drive or Dropbox. This is the biggest competitor. They're a very successful company, but they also do backup and restore for Shopify, GitHub, major players, QuickBooks Online. And they do have Zero cloud accounting on their to-do list. It's just not ready yet. So the way I've built this graph here is that to use these softwares, they're either easy to use, couple clicks and away you go, or they require a high technicality. So for example, Control C, they'll back up your data, but they won't restore it. They'll back it up in the form of Excel spreadsheets, and the accountant, if he wants to restore it, is responsible for doing that himself, which requires a great deal of technical skills. Backup My Books does do a restore, but unfortunately what happens when the restoration happens, uploaded transactions that are connected to attachments. So for example, if somebody were to have an expense statement with some receipts, all those attachments would be broken. And when they're broken, it means either somebody has to go in there and manually reconnect them, or the data becomes unauditable. And if that company were to have to go through an audit, then they would have to pull those receipts one by one and hand them over to CRA or some other some other tax agency. So it would be very difficult. Now, Rewind system actually does do that, but again, they're not ready yet. They're still in development. Our app is ready to go. So what sets us apart from our customers is our pricing model. We have a usage-based pricing model. In other words, you only pay for the data that you back up and restore and or download. The other companies have it's called a per seat price. So in other words, every organization that you connect is either $10, and it has a fluctuating scale. The more you put with these different companies, the price goes down, but still the price is at $5. Our average price would be approximately $2.10 per organization, because the average organization is only half a gig. We're compliant. Our competitors are not. Rewind stores all their data in the United States, which means they couldn't sell outside of the United States to a Canadian company, an Australian company, a European company. The other two competitors back up their data. One backs it up in Ireland and Denmark. Again, good for Europe, but no good for Canada, Australia, North America. And the other one stores all their data in New Zealand. So again, good for New Zealand, good for Australia, but not good for the rest of the world. And security, the other companies, their security, the level of security that they're applying, or at least what they display on their website, is mediocre at best. And here's what the Zero Cloud Accountant users have to say about it. And I've got all these quotes from, if you're a Cloud Accountant, Zero Cloud Accountant partner, you have access to the Zero Business community, where other cloud accountants can ask for new features or ask questions for technical issues. And this is a hot issue for these accountants. So for example, this Peter guy says that not being able to restore is ludicrous. And Zero's answer to this is, well, we prioritize security, so you don't ever need to restore. Right? Not good enough for most accountants who are trained that they need to have 3 copies and be in control of all of that data. So this is why we perceive will grow. Ransomware as a service. Has anybody heard of ransomware as a service? No? So ransomware as a service is like software as a service, except it's sponsored by professional hackers. And if you have a target market that you want to go after, a target company, and you have some inside information on ways for them to hack into that particular system and hold them for ransom, the profits will be split 50-50 with the hackers. So yeah, and yes, it is a business. It's real. I'm not making this up. And accounting firms are known targets to hackers because of the trust relationship that they have with their customers. Beck as a service, business email compromise. I'm sure all of you have heard of phishing emails where somebody sends you an email that says, oh, your account settings need to be updated. Please click this link and log in. And you click the link and a website opens up and it looks exactly like LinkedIn, Facebook, your bank, Federal Express, and you put in your email address and password and you've just been hacked. And yes, it's a real thing and it works the same way, 50-50 split. There are 11 data compromises, or sorry, there is a data compromise every 11 seconds. This is not new to industry. They know this is going on, but they don't know what to do about it. So we're providing them with this solution. Many companies now are applying for cyber security insurance. Just to get cybersecurity insurance, if you don't have a 321 backup standard like the one I described at the beginning of the presentation, you won't get insurance. So we're part of that solution. The way we're going to do that is we've hired a lead generation company to use LinkedIn and email We have myself and another person who follows up, provides a demo of our software. We also present demonstrations at the Zero community meetings, and we're using a CRM HubSpot. And we're also would like to pursue ads and social media strategy, but that's why you're here. We're not exactly sure the best way to approach that. We're hoping to get some insight and some advice that will help us improve. So I think that at that point, that's about as far in the presentation that I could go. The rest of it is basically financial data and what the advantages are for investors who may want to invest in our startup SaaS company. How was that? Was that fairly explicit or educational?
Well, I think it sounds good, and I think it was a crystal clear presentation, and I think that we have some students. I just want to open the floor for questions. Sinan, so go ahead, please.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
So I had a question I joined a bit late, but I had a question about RAS.
Yes.
It sounds interesting, but is that legal?
No, gosh, no. This is criminal behavior. It's all RAS, business compromise, email compromise, back as a service. Those are criminal activities.
Okay.
And there's one happening every 11 seconds in the world.
Sounds good.
Not a good thing.
Thanks.
All right. So any other questions you would like to, ask Mark? So Mark, by the way, what we're gonna do is that after your presentation, we're gonna have a short meeting with the students here, and the thing is that students they have roughly 1 month to prepare their proposals. So they're gonna just provide you a proposal. It will include some recommendations for their ideas in order to attract more visitors and just to make sure that you're gonna generate more leads for your company. It might be social media marketing plan, or it might be another type of lead generation plan or something like that. And afterwards they're gonna just send their proposal to you, and once you just approve them, they're gonna just put their approval or confirmation and submit to me, and they're gonna just work on their projects, and in the end of 10 weeks they're gonna just make a presentation to me and to you. And of course you're gonna have some kind of questions to clarify some of the issues, and afterwards they're gonna have roughly 1 week to just create a written plan after getting feedback from you. And in the end of the term, which means that you're gonna have a presentation, marketing plan presentation, and a written report which has all the details inside. And yes, Cynthia, go ahead, please.
Hi, thank you, Professor. Mark, thank you again for walking us through the presentation. I found it quite informative. I come with about 17 years experience in the banking industry, so quite familiar with the whole GDPR and the challenges associated. What I was hoping though was, again, for us, I think this is sort of like we're getting the information from you for the first time, so I think it takes some time to just sort of absorb and digest it. Wondering if there's an opportunity for you to share the deck that you walked us through, just the content perhaps that you walked us through, just so we have some time to just absorb it as a team.
Absolutely. I'll be more than happy to. I'll just take out the numbers portion of it, the financials, and I'll leave the other data in there. I'll also leave information about the other application that we develop as well that I didn't walk through, which is a Zero document converter, and you can get the basics for that. Also, there's our website too, which is wowserbackupandrestore.com. I'll make sure that you have that as well.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
All right. So Amy, Kimberly, Edwin, Mohammed, Renu, Samir, you have some questions for Mark?
Is your camera on? No.
Yes, Renu, go ahead, please.
Okay, I'll see you tomorrow. To lunch and dinner or just dinner? I'm not sure about lunch yet.
Okay, so I'll see you for dinner. Okay, and then
All right, I think that
yeah,
Reno is
that
no.
works.
Okay, so I'm gonna just share my screen with you, Mark, because I just want you to see my syllabus and syllabus supplementary documents here. So this is my screen. So all right. So this sort of syllabus. So right now we are on week 3. So the students are gonna cover these subjects in the meantime, and they need to just submit their proposals before February 22 8 a.m. So which means that they have roughly 1 2 3 4 weeks to submit their proposals. Afterwards they're gonna just work on the subject for the rest of the term, and as of week 10 they're gonna just deliver their presentations. So one more thing, they can either their presentations online to you, or if you cannot schedule the time, they can just record your presentations. But I think that it would be better if we just have a live session with you, with me, and the rest of the class to just make their presentations, because I just want you to just ask some kind of questions and to just dive into deeper some of the topics that they're gonna mention. And this is our syllabus supplementary document, which includes some of the required steps and information for the students to be be more successful in the class. So in terms of the proposal, first of all, they need to just create a one file proposal of their project. They just need to include these 5 type of topics in their project. The first one is a brief explanation of their core idea to respond to the need of your marketing plan. They might just recommend something related to digital marketing. They may recommend something related to social marketing, or they just create a different type of strategy. It really depends on them. And they also need to just tell me and you why their idea will be success, and they need to just put their justifications here based on the information that you're going to provide. By the way, you can just require students to just sign a basic NDA, because probably they want you to share some kind of information. It might be some access to Google Analytics or access to other type of data. So you are free to ask them to sign a a pretty basic NDA, by the way. And also they need to just implement the UCW library resources. For example, since they are UCW students, they have access to premium version of Statista and some other kind of databases and some journals like Harvard Business Review, something like that. So they're gonna just use they're gonna just use those kind of sources for their quantitative and qualitative research, mostly for secondary research. And of course, they need to send their outline to you before the due date. And once you say, okay, guys, you can go ahead, they're gonna just copy and paste that screenshot to the very last page of their proposal and submit it to the Dropbox. And in the end of 10 weeks, they're gonna just make their presentations. Most of the time, they have 15 minutes for presenting their work, but I think that we might just extend it a little bit more. And because probably you might want to ask some kind of additional questions, and they're gonna defend their plan and recommendations or something like that. So basically, this presentation will be the visual part of their overall marketing plan. And of course, they're gonna also just prepare a written reports. So this report will just include roughly 10 pages. Almost 3,000 words for body, excluding all the appendix or cover pages or something like that. So all the groups, they need to just comply with these requirements. They need to include an executive summary. They need to just conduct a situation analysis, which includes the SWOT analysis for your company. They need to just pay attention to their marketing strategy, and they just need to recommend you something in terms of marketing program. Especially, for example, you've been trying to generate more leads for in terms of your integrated marketing promotions campaign. So for example, if they're about to offer some kind of LinkedIn, Facebook, or other type of strategies, they can include them in this part. And of course, they need to just recommend you something solid in terms of budget. And you also need to be able to just if you just decide to apply this strategy, of course you need to have some kind of control versus monitor feedback mechanism. So which means that they also need to just put some kind of KPI so that you can be able to follow up with this strategy plan in the long run. So all in all, they're gonna just, deliver their presentations between March 14 to March 20. And of course, they're gonna just, upload their written reports before Monday, 8 a.m. In, the week week 11 on March 21. And of course, I'm gonna just send you all the presentations and written reports in the end of 12 weeks. But in the meantime, they can already just share their presentations and written reports through the Ripen or through the email with you.
Okay, perfect.
All right. So one more thing, as you know, I already have other classes. So for example, I just want to show you the other students what we did today. For example, today the students, they just come up with different ideas for another company that we are covering. For example, the team one just dive into detailed competition analysis. Team 2 wanted to carry out the holistic digital marketing approach for the company. Team number 3 just chose to go for social media marketing. Team number 4 just wanted to prepare a presentation which is solely based on the Amazon. And team number 5 just really wanted to put some kind of strategies for the company for the product extension and to enter new markets. By the way, those kind of main topics are just for those company. Of course, you can choose your own main topics, but the problem in here is that not all the groups should just choose the same topic. For example, I don't want 2 groups or 3 groups to just focus on social media marketing or holistic media marketing. Of course, for example, some group might go for social media marketing, but solely focus on the advertising part. Another group can just, cover digital marketing, but just focus on the SEO part or something like that. Or maybe you just want to just, create a detailed competition analysis or something that will help Mark to just, carry out a, STP segmentation, targeting, and positioning analysis. It really depends on you, but you are free to just, talk to Mark and just, decide on your main topics. Okay.
I think we just have a couple questions.
Yes, Kimberly, go ahead.
Okay. Sorry, I was slow on answering the question. I was trying to digest your presentation and really think about the details. I think we're going to be really excited to help develop the marketing strategy. I think my question is, what was your vision behind this? What inspired you to create this business? What was really important to you?
The vision actually to create this product was actually inspired by a tragedy. Many years ago, when we were on the using desktop applications on a server, remote server, we had a service provider that was selling us backup services, and we felt confident and comfortable that the job was being done until the day that we got a message from that service provider saying we had a critical server failure and your data is corrupted and broken. And our response was, well, just restore it from the backup. And it turns out that they didn't back it up. So we lost about half of our customers. The founder and accountant of the company probably lost most of his hair. He had to restore all of the accounts from what paper records he had. His marriage broke up. Business just about failed. So what inspired it was tragedy. I don't want to see that kind of tragedy ever again. And I don't think other business owners should have to go through that ever, when it's a very simple and easy thing to fix. Click a couple buttons, back it up, control your business, your financial data. Now, a critical server error could happen to zero. It's highly unlikely. But hacks are not unlikely. Hacks are extremely frequent, virulent, and if an accountant were to get hacked, he'd suffer reputation loss, financial loss. He'd have to pay the ransom. If you go to our social, we have, and I'll put this in the information and Ripen as well. All our social media channels. regularly produce videos and upload them to Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, and Twitter that discuss some of these issues or bring them to the forefront, what the actual costs are associated with a hack. And it can go anywhere from $60,000 to $550,000 depending on what kind of information they get. And of course, there's the biggest loss is always to the business, because reputation loss is huge, and that's what happened to us and the founder a few years ago. So not a positive story, but reality. Yeah.
Yes, Anne, go ahead, please.
Hi, thank you. So Mark, I know, like, so obviously our sort of role in this is coming up with a marketing strategy for you. And I know you talked about some social media promotions that you currently do. Is there anything from a marketing perspective anything else that you currently are doing? And when you think of sort of where you want your product to be, from a target state perspective, can you talk to us a little bit about that?
Well, to be quite frank, the social media marketing that we're doing right now, we're doing based on guess. Mm-hmm. We don't know if it is actually ringing in the ears of accountants and bookkeepers, whether it's on point or just something that's totally irrelevant for them. From a marketing perspective, this is only the way I look at it. I separate sales from marketing, and marketing is brand awareness, familiar with the product. 7 times you got to see the message 7 times before they actually remember who you are. And I don't know if we're even getting in front of those people. I'm basically blind. So that's why I'm excited to have all of you open my eyes for me so that I can yeah. act in a more productive way and get some results, because with our social media marketing, we did quite well for a while, and now we've just flatlined. Nothing's changed. And I do have some data that you can review on that. I use an app called Lately for all of our social media marketing, and they do give us some analytics, but even that, I'm not qualified to interpret in the highest way or make the best use out of. My experience with marketing is a one college course, Marketing 101. So I chose a different direction. So yeah, did that answer your question, Anne?
I believe it did. Yes. So thank you for that. Yeah, I would love to actually sort of get a view on the app Lately and just sort of see what you have in terms of analytics, so we can at least start there and then sort of see how we expand out. Sure.
Yes. I'd be more than happy to either take screenshots or invite you in or do a one-on-one, like a Teams meeting. Okay. And we can go through that.
Okay. Yeah, I meet with my team later today, so we can I'll discuss it with them, and then we can maybe perhaps set up some time with you to review.
Sure. Yeah. I'll make myself available. This is important to me.
Okay. Absolutely. Thank you.
So by the way, Mark, do you use the premium version of Lately or the basic version? I mean, do you pay for monthly subscription to Lately?
Oh yeah. Yeah, I pay. Yeah. I didn't know they had a non-paying version.
All right. So by the way, probably the students, they're gonna ask you in the long run, but do you have something in your mind regarding the budget? For example, I'm planning to just let's say they spend 1,000 or 2,000 or 10,000 bucks per month, and if I just convert, let's say that number of leads, I'm gonna just invest highly in that Facebook advertising or something like that.
So yes, I do have a budget, and it starts off at $7,500 a month and ramps up to about $1,250 once we get some positive results from it over a period of 6 months.
All right.
Now, and again, that's a guess. I don't know if that's enough. I just know that if you're not spending minimum $2,000 a month, you're not getting in front of anybody.
Okay. So have you ever, worked with a marketing agency or advertising agency so far? Did they just, help you or recommend you something, or you just do everything in-house by yourself or with your team?
We did engage last year with a very small agency that did some creative work for us, and we did an ad, but that ad was not for these services because they weren't ready yet. That ad was for some bookkeeping services. We did get a lot of views on that on our, and I can be more than happy to show you that data on our YouTube channel as well. But it didn't net us any customers. So I don't know if it missed the mark. What we did was we did the ad offering a free course on for small business people to understand their numbers. In other words, what does all this accounting jargon really mean to me as a small business owner? We had, I think we spent around 3,000 or 3,500 in advertising with YouTube on YouTube. And I think we only got about 15 people that signed up for the free information. So
And none of them converted to
none of them converted. No.
customers. Oh my gosh.
Yep.
And you just, had that campaign in the middle of the pandemic or last year or when
We
exactly?
did it at the beginning of 2020, so just at the beginning of the pandemic. So lots of other important things going on besides
Yes.
learning about how to do your business numbers. Yeah,
I was gonna say, I'm like, that could have played a part in it as well.
it could have. Yeah. Well, that's another reason why we've shifted our focus from business to consumer to business and using accountants as our targets, because these accountants and the easiest way to get an idea of the market is to go to Zero's website, and if you scroll all the way to the bottom, there's a little tag there. It says find an accountant or bookkeeper. If you click on that link, you can do a countrywide search. And you can see that, especially if you look at Australia, some of these accountants have between 1,000 and 5,000 customers. That's a lot of backup and restore. I mean, realistically speaking, just a few of those would make this a magnificently successful application. So we really want to target those guys. And all we have in essence is a sales strategy. We don't really have a marketing strategy.
Just out of curiosity, what kind of social media outlets have you used? Have you tried LinkedIn or anything like that?
We have a LinkedIn. We're on LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. We do have a YouTube channel, but I haven't published many things on the YouTube channel. We used to do regular videos on bookkeeping information, but seeing as we've shifted from a bookkeeping company to a SaaS company, we haven't been doing new videos. And I would be more than happy to start recording videos again. And I'll put the links to all of our social media channels in the Ripen information, so you can go take a look at them, critique them.
All right. And Mohammed, go ahead, please.
Hi, Mark.
Hi.
Have you tried any of the platforms that help you to generate the videos? There are some platforms like Lumen 5, which is a platform that can create quick videos like presentation, like PowerPoint. You can convert it easily to a video, and you can share it within 5 minutes. You can create a content, and from that content you can reach more and more, especially in LinkedIn, when you target the professional customers. Have you tried something like this?
Thank you, Mohammed. I have. I used to use Clipchamp, and now I'm using wave.video, and it does exactly what you say. So I'll find an article that I think is interesting, and I can put the text into it, and the AI will create the video for me, and I can alter it to change some of the background videos, the imaging, the text, so that it flows better, add music. I could even do a voice, have it, the system has I believe it's AWS's AI voice generations. So I have choices of languages, or accents or whatever. Yeah, so I do use that, and I build all of
Was
the
there any
social.
good response?
Well, we get some interaction, but not very much. No. It would be really worthwhile for you to go to our LinkedIn channel and watch some of the videos that we posted there. It's Wowzer Technologies, or you could go to Facebook. I believe it's, again, if you go to Facebook and type in Wowzer Technologies, we'll be the only one that come up. Or just in your Google browser, most of those links will come up if you type in Wowzer Technologies. Yeah, so you can see our home website. And on that home website, there's links to the different products that we have. Our LinkedIn is on there. Our Facebook is on there. Twitter, YouTube. Yeah, we're all over the place.
All right. And Samir, do you have any question for Mark? Yes, go ahead, please.
Yeah, hello. I just want to ask about a few details regarding your previous social media campaigns. Have you ever, for example, tried the A/B testing? What type of bid strategies have you used?
We didn't try any A/B testing, although it was advised from the small agency for us to do so. I'm not that proficient with Facebook Creator Suite or whatever the name of the application is. I think it's called Facebook Business Manager. I did take a small course to get better at it, but I didn't get better at it. So
what about the bid strategy?
I honestly don't recall the bid strategy. I don't remember what I did. I believe that I just followed the instructions of the agency that the agency gave me. We got on to a Zoom call, and he did most of the clicking.
Okay. One last question. Cynthia asked you about if we can have screenshot of the analytics you already had. Can you have
Sure.
this, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
I'd be more than happy to show you right now if you'd like to look at it.
Yeah, it will be great, by the way.
Okay. It's just loading up. So these are the different channels, the use. I could click on any of these dots and it would tell me how many views we got. That's one aspect. These are some statistics, how many shares we got, how many engagements, how many impressions, post characteristics. I'd be more than happy to, when are we posting? When are we getting engagement? On each particular day, and also what time. And the reason why we're getting engagements at this time is because that's when we post. When we originally started using this, I noticed that most of the views were at 9, 11, 2, and 5. So now I've got my calendar set to do those right away. And of course, we've got some keywords, clouds. So again, I can take impressions of all of this information, screenshots, and be more than happy to send it to whoever needs it.
Yeah, Mark, do you also, utilize Google Analytics or just lately?
No, I do. I do have Google Analytics on all the sites, so I could provide that data as well.
Great.
So this is the calendar, and this shows what I'm posting, when I'm posting, and the times. and what the channels are. So I'm posting my personal LinkedIn and my corporate LinkedIn. Does that help?
Samir?
Yeah, sure.
Well, I guess no, it's perfect.
Yeah, definitely. We're gonna need this, by the way.
Okay, you got it.
I agree with Samer. Now, I have a quick question. I'm not overly familiar with Lately.
Okay.
Just wanted to know, like, does it give you a profile of the type of people that are engaging with your platform? It does not, right? It never
No.
gets, and I don't think Google Analytics does either.
No, it doesn't. No.
Okay.
No, you need a much more sophisticated software for that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sophisticated and expensive.
Oh, I hear you. I mean, I've used Google Analytics and I know it doesn't. It just tells you impressions, engagements, and that's the extent of it. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
which is strange because I mean they have all that information. They know
They
who's
do.
looking. Yeah.
But then they know they can also charge you for it. So
A lot. Yeah. Yeah.
So, yeah. Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right. Samir, go ahead.
I'm sorry, maybe I'm having too much questions. So
Never too much questions.
I just want to ask, are you using any type of social media management platforms, for example, like Hootsuite, before proceeding with your advertising campaigns? The
No,
one that
I've only ever used Lately. I did try another one and I forget the name of it, but it didn't allow me to create such a great calendar that I can automate. And saving time is important to me. We're a small team. We're a startup. We don't have a social media person right now. So if I spend 2 days on just social media, that's a lot of time.
Okay. One more question regarding your communications. How consistent do you think it is? Do you have a branding guideline, for example?
I do not have branding guidelines. No.
So that's why we are here, to help, the branding, to generate more leads.
Yeah. 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 I definitely could use some branding advice. Wowzer, I do have, I mean, we have a logo, and that's about it.
I think the first thing that we all need to just do after this class are just add the Mark through the LinkedIn as a professional connection, and just to analyze his LinkedIn profile and the company profile, and just take a look at the content that he generated throughout the year, and especially on 2021, and just come up with new ideas.
And it would be worthwhile to go to the website as well.
Of course.
They're all very similar in look. We also have Wowzer bookkeeping, but again, we're not adding bookkeeping clients. The only reason we're keeping that business is because it's a sandbox and in where we can get we can test our ideas and theories and the different software to see how effective it can be.
All right. And Daniele, do you have any questions to Mark? All right. So, Edward, would you like to ask anything to Mark? I just go one by one, Mark, just to make sure that we are on the same page.
Sure.
All right. So, Mark, I think that everything is crystal clear right now. Your expectations, your company, and to be really honest, I have also been delivering a course for digital marketing. But most of the companies, they don't just really just know about the Late or Hootsuite, those kind of applications. So it's great that you can successfully using those applications, and the data that from your dashboards will provide pretty great insights for the students and for us. So I would appreciate it if you just share that part of the presentation with me and with the students. You can directly share them through Ripen or send it to me, and I can just share it with the students through our course shell.
Okay.
And as of today, the students will be able to be a part of the Ripen. By the way, do you just prefer to communicate through Ripen or by the email?
I prefer email. I'm quicker that way, and you'll get a faster response from me. Whereas if you put a message up in Ripen then emails me, and then I log into Ripen. Whereas yeah, we can short circuit that. My email address is mark@wowser.tech. MARK.
All right. So let me just share your email with students as well.
Also, I'd be more than willing to set up a Teams chat where students could ask questions. I'm also on Teams all during the workday. So if students wanted to send me an email address, I'll add that to a group chat.
The group chat actually sounds amazing.
Yeah. Well, that way we can see all the questions, right? And
Yes.
and everybody gets all the answers too. So
Exactly. Yeah.
much more efficient.
Yep. And Prof, and then you get to be in the know the whole time.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. So Mark, would you like to ask any questions to me or to the class for this kickoff meeting?
I don't have any questions. You made it very clear on the syllabus, and I'm really excited to work with a bunch of brilliant students, and I'm hoping that you can give me some insight. I'm looking forward to a little bit of dusting off of my crystal ball.
All right, Mark. So, I just want to thank you one more time for attending this class and just answering all those questions of the students. And it's a great pleasure for you to have here. And we are going to just let you know. Actually, in terms of procedures, all the students in any case they need to be a part of the Ripen. But as you also preferred, they're gonna just contact you through the email and with that MS Teams chat. And I think that they're gonna just work on their projects. And guys, so please, by the way, before just deciding on your main topic, it will be better if you just at least by the email discuss it. Why? Because I just don't want all the 5 groups just create a social media marketing plan or digital marketing plan. At least we just need some kind of things to distinguish ourselves, like maybe one group for social media advertising, another group for organic social media or something like that. So we have plenty of time to discuss about that. And one more time, Mark, I just want to thank you. Okay, Cynthia, go ahead, please.
No, Prof, I actually had a suggestion because in one of my other courses, we're doing something similar. And the ask of us was to come up with like our top 3 sort of, I guess, pathways that we would take. So say be branding or analytics or whatever it is. And then we sort of then that way, everybody sort of talks to the top 3 that they're going to do. And then from your perspective, you can sort of then say, okay, hey, you guys can take and run with this. So there is no duplication across the team. So just wanted to share that as an option.
Well,
not sure if I was clear, actually.
No, actually, it's a great idea. And for example, today what we did was, just let me share my screen with you.
Yep.
There's an application in, okay, not that one. Okay, so there's an application, it's called, Pickerville. So because today some of my group, they just wanted to go for the same topic. So we just, choose, I just assigned, the topics and groups with the picker field in order to be, completely transparent. So of course, yeah, just you just click here or something like that, and you just choose the winner.
Yeah.
And it's fun and entertaining as well.
I love that. I think that's awesome. Yeah, something like that would be great because then that way everybody just sort of runs with different aspects of it and we're not duplicating work either.
Yeah, for sure. And your idea, it was also great, and we can also apply it as well.
No, I like what you're doing. No, let's do that.
It's not much more straightforward. Yeah.
It sounds fun. So yeah, I'm down for that.
Yeah. All right. Any other questions?
Nope.
So Mark, I guess that students, they have your email and your Ripen contract, and of course they're gonna get connect with you through the MS Teams. And I just want to thank you so much for having your time. and we are going to just let you know. And the student, especially the group leaders, they're gonna just contact you individually, and hope it's gonna be a great project. And hopefully in the end we're gonna just create lots of leads for you and generate great revenues for you. And thank you again for your participation.
Thank you. Have a good day. Bye.
See you later, Mark. Bye bye. Yes, so go ahead, please.
Hi, it's nice to finally meet you.
Yeah, in the end.
Yeah. I just had a question about the First Connect quiz. I tried registering online, like I was having a lot of problems. I emailed you about it, but I haven't had a reply yet.
Okay, so did you just send me an email?
No, I emailed you about 2 weeks ago.
All right, just let me take a look at my emails right now. Just give me a minute, because all right. Normally I try to reply emails, under 2 days, but I'm gonna just control it one more time. Okay, just give me a minute. I just search for your name, email inbox.
It's 100 points, the first quiz.
No. Well, Chinan, so could you please forward your email one more time, because somehow I just, okay, let me just share my screen, because I just put your name to here, but I couldn't find any email. I'm gonna just put here, maybe. So please send your email one more time to me.
Okay. Yeah, can I just see your email one more time just to make sure I have the right one?
Okay, so my email is, let me just copy and share it. Hold on. Because I use 2 different emails for University of Canada West, and this is my email address to share it with you. And one more time, let's take a look at this spreadsheet. Okay, you are part of the group number 5, and as far as I know, we have also slots for 2 students, and I'm gonna just add those students automatically to your group, because other groups are okay. And by the way, for team number 1, for Cynthia's group, okay, group lead is okay. For team 5, group is okay. Yeah, it seems fine. So I will appreciate it if you just send your email to me one more time.
Yeah.
So that I can reply it in a timely manner. By the way, Shinoso, is it your first week for the office hours, or you just registered in the second week?
It's my second. No, so I for the first office hours, I didn't know it was this time.
All right.
So it was really confusing, but the second one, I figured it out. So.
All right. So where are you right now? In Toronto or BC? What are you doing? Would you like to introduce yourself to us? Of course, I know that you also have an option to introduce yourself through the course shell, but it would be better if you just have a short introduction.
Yeah, right now I'm in Ottawa. I was planning to move to Vancouver, but because of the lockdown, I decided to stay here for family just a little bit. Yeah, I have experience in healthcare and banking. Really excited for this MBA to meet new people. So I wasn't here for the first class, so I didn't really meet everyone.
So, are you working in a company right now, or you're looking for a job or something like that?
Right now I'm looking for a job. As soon as I got my acceptance into this MBA course, I was just gonna go to Vancouver and start working there.
All right, great to hear that.
Oh, so I just
All
forwarded it to you again.
By the way, no worries. You can just also, forward it, after class hours or something like that. And by the way, just to let you know that you already knew about it, but you can also use MS Teams. And maybe I cannot see your message right away, but since I just see your message, I can just reply you in a timely manner. So I've just refreshed my page one more time. Nope, no email. All right, now I see. Okay, let's have a look. So it seems that you just sent a message on January 20, but I have never received it. Oh my God. I've been having issues accessing Connect. I finally figured out, but I missed the first quiz and simulation. It says the first quiz 100 points. No, the first quiz is not 100 points. Okay, just let me just show you one more time. All right. So first of all, Shinoso, I highly encourage you to watch the first class video. And if you don't have enough time to watch the first class video, all you need to do is just browse the course shell. And as you see here, there's an introductory presentation. And in this introductory presentation, you can get to know about all the assignments and their marks and their grades and how I'm going to just assess them. I mean, some special rubrics or something like that. So you can also watch the video here. I mean, in terms of engagement, asynchronous classes, frequently asked question, communication policy, introduction. And if you just want to get more detailed information, of course, you can just download the syllabus and supplementary documents. So all you need to do is just download the syllabus and supplementary documents here. So just to let you know that over quizzes, we're gonna have almost 12 quizzes. So they just 28% of your overall grade, and you're gonna have simulations, and they are 12% of your grade. You're gonna have 8 mini simulations on a weekly basis. So which means that it's not 100%. And by the way, if you have a problem or something like that, while taking the simulation or quiz, so just to let you know that, let me just show you one more time. Okay. This is not the communication. Okay, groups. So once you have a problem, first you reach out to Connect support through live chat or support sections. So all you need to do is click here. Let me just show you. Okay. Click here. And let's say that this is your class. And I click to student view. All right, and click to here. I mean, need help. Okay, you can also just, as you see here, the live chat is available right now. So all you need to do is just to click here and just, talk to the, the live chat. So if you have a technical problem and it's pretty, obvious that, you might have technical problems, even I have technical problems. First of all, it would be better if you just, get into contact with them. I'm going to handle your email, by the way, no worries at all. I'm going to handle your email. But for the other ones, if you have a technical problem, first of all, you need to just get into contact with them, and they're going to just, respond to you in a timely manner. And believe me, they've even just, been working on Sundays. And if they think that, okay, you had a technical problem, they also gonna just, send me a message. And sometimes they just, send a message in the middle of the night on Saturdays and Sundays. And afterwards, I'm gonna just, get back to you. For the first time, I'm gonna handle it, no worries at all. But for the second time, if you just have some kind of problems, firstly, you need to just, contact them. And I highly just, encourage you to take the simulations and the quizzes through the Google Chrome. And one more time, let's say that the due date is, let's say that 10 p.m. today. So if you just take the simulation at 9 p.m. and when it's, at 10 p.m., if you didn't just, submit your quiz, it means that the system will automatically submit your quiz and you're going to take 0. You're going to get 0. So which means that you need to be able to submit your quiz and simulation at least just 1 minute before the, due date. And one more time, in the simulations, we have quizzes and goals, and quizzes just, constitute the 50% and goals constitute 50%. Let's say that in terms of goals, your goal is to just, generate $1,000 of profit. If you just, generate more than 1,000, bucks of profit, it means that you're gonna have 100% from that part. And for the remaining 50%, of course, you just need to answer some questions, and your score will be just, dependent on the number of correctly answered questions. All right. Okay. So I highly encourage you to just, read this material, because in this material, I just, wanted to show you step by step how you can take the simulation, and of course the quiz. And this is also important. I think that if you just choose your lucky avatar or name and surname, it gives you,
But yeah, I saw that. I couldn't figure out which one to choose, so I just left it blank. None of them look like me.
Yeah. By the way, don't just write down like John Wick or Mary Poppins. Just put your correct name and surname.
All right.
So one more time.
Fake name. Am I supposed to put my correct name?
Well, no worries at all. No worries at all. Why? Because let me just show you.
Okay.
Click here. It doesn't matter. You put your correct name, because let me just take a look at here. I just click the performance. For example, Cynthia, you just mentioned about your avatar. As you see here, it doesn't matter. You just use your lucky name or correct name, or.
So did I not show? Oh no, I'm there.
So I can see all your scores here. So no worries.
Okay. Okay.
So it was for the simulation. The first one was 100%.
Yeah, just yeah. It is not 100%. So each of the simulation, they have, I think, 2.3% or something like that.
Oh, okay.
So these 8 simulations, they're gonna just make a total of, I think, 12%. Just let me control one more time. As you see here, all the 8 simulations, they are worth 12% of your overall grade.
Thanks.
You're welcome. Anytime. Yes, Mohammed, go ahead, please.
Thank you, Professor. Very nice introduction about the course, and I get to know a lot of things now in this session. I'm coming basically from totally far way from the marketing. I'm from manufacturing, and I'm a factory manager, so I have almost zero skills in marketing. But one of the main objectives for my presence in this course is to strengthen my marketing skills. The issue is that now we have the quizzes, we have the mini simulations, and above that we have the Digital Marketing Institute. I just want to understand the level of expectation from Digital Marketing Institute for any applicant or any student. Is it to be some professional in marketing, or just to have the basic information about the marketing?
To be completely honest, it's just to give you very, very, very basic knowledge about digital marketing. So, for example, if you don't know how to just type any website address, or if you are looking for the address bar or any browser, that course just shows you, okay, this is the address bar, this is a domain name, this is the URL, or there are some kind of softwares, just they are called cookies, and so you don't necessarily need to put your credentials all the time while just logging into Facebook, something like that. So in 6 hours of videos, they just give you the basics of digital marketing. And afterwards, it depends on you. If you just want to, develop yourself in digital marketing, you can get the, CDMP program. And just to let you know that normally, if you just want to take that CDMP program, which is better than CDMI, you just need to pay for $5,000. But since you're a student of University of Canada West, you can just get it for $450 or something like that, as far as I know. So all in all, no one just expect you to be proficient in digital marketing. So just CDMI just gives you some basic knowledge about to be an digital marketing associate. So all you need to do is just take the 6 modules at your own pace whenever you want, and just to take the final exam. And just to let you know that you have 3 attempts for the final exam. You need to take at least 60%. Let's say that you cannot get 60% in the first attempt. You need to wait for 3 days, and after 3 days you can take the second attempt, and you can also take the third attempt. And by the way, let's say that you just reach out to more than 60% in the third attempt. I'm gonna just download your scores and upload them to the Moodle in the end of 10 weeks. So which is why it's a pretty straightforward exam. Normally in the last terms, I was just conducting the quizzes for the CDMA through the Moodle, but this term they just changed their system. So which is why you need to take the final exam and all the modules through the CDMA website. By the way, as far as I know, the school just sent all the registration emails to all the students. So if you didn't just receive the email, please let me know so that I can just elaborate on the topic and ask the school about that. Yes, Cynthia, go ahead. So sorry, yeah, Mohammed, go ahead.
So it's just 6 hours of videos, no more than this. We can get all the required information within these videos, and that's it. We can pass with the basic information about marketing, right?
By all means. By the way, if they say 1 hour, maybe you just stop the video, or maybe you just want to just read in detail all the supplementary documents. Maybe it take you more than 1 hour. I don't know, but basically it just take roughly 1 hour. And yeah, well, actually it's a great starting point to just get to know all the details and fundamentals of digital marketing. And by the way, no one just expect you to be a digital marketing professional. But of course, if you just take my digital marketing 6-3 course next term, of course, I'm gonna just give you all the details to how to use, for example, some SEO softwares like SEMrush, or how to create a detailed PPC plan or something like that. But this, CDMI course is pretty straightforward and basic, so which is why the total grade that you can take from this CDMA is 10%.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, and by the way, Mohammed, I highly encourage you to just put emphasis to marketing. You know what? Why I chose marketing? Because normally I am a pretty unsuccessful electronics engineer. I have no clue about engineering, so I just figured out which of the social sciences I should go for, which is the easiest one. So which is why I choose marketing. So it's pretty straightforward. So you don't necessarily need to just dive into formulations, some spreadsheets or something like that. And it's life. It's how we just understand the life, and how we just how can I say, interpret it. So basically, if you're a successful, factory manager, it means that you are a marketer at the same time, because marketing includes marketing mix, product place, promotion, and price. So you are related with the product, you are into manufacturing, you are into, distribution, and at the same time, you need to take care of the logistics. So which means that you are already in marketing.
Great, thank you very much.
Yes, Cynthia, go ahead, please.
Hi, Professor. So actually building on Isam's comment earlier, so DMI, I know for myself, I got the email from DMI and I've set it up. So the 6 modules that we need to do on DMI and the exam that we have 3 attempts, all of that has to be done before that cutoff date. I believe you changed it to March the 18th. Now, I was just sort of browsing around the website. I didn't see where those 6 different modules were. Are you able to just quickly show us a walkthrough of where we can go to access it or find it?
Well, to be really honest, I have already just been waiting email from the university.
Oh, I see. Okay.
for this course, because I had access for the last term, but this term for the professors I have also been waiting. By the way, I would appreciate it if you just share your screen with us. If
Sure.
also okay
Give me
for
1
you.
second. Let me just set it up and then I can share my screen.
No worries. And by the way, while Cynthia is setting up her screen, I choose go for first thing, take the first exam, take to understand how it goes, and afterwards I just study on all the modules, and afterwards I just take the second attempt. So you can just use the first attempt just to give it a try. And at the same time, I'm gonna check my email to see whether or not they just sent me the email. So by the way, Anne, I also just make you a presenter so that once you want, you can just share your screen with us. And just to let you know that, just like most of you, I have also been waiting a reply from the university. As you see here, my digital marketing associate essentials expired. So I've been waiting the academic department to send me the new registration link. Just like you, I'll also dive into the new version of the course. Yes, Cynthia, go ahead. Okay.
Cynthia, if you are not ready, I have my account ready.
Yeah, Mohammed, you are also a
screen.
presenter right now. You can also share it.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mohammed. You know what? I locked myself out because I didn't save the password, so I had to do a quick reset. I'm in, but that's fine. We're good.
Okay.
Yeah, so this is what I'm seeing as well. I see these 2 courses.
All right, so could you please click on the essentials, Mohammed? Okay, digital opportunity. Okay, websites and email, social media. Could you please scroll down a little bit more? All right, they are roughly 1 hour, all the modules as you see here. Could you please click the digital opportunity? Could you please click to start for any module you want?
Yeah, it's there.
All right. And could you please scroll down a little bit more? Okay,
Down?
so you see the module slides, study notes, module transcript, glossary of terms, or something like that. So it really depends on you. For example, just like you, right now I've been trying to pursue the digital marketing professional certification. So just like you, I also been reviewing all the materials. So sometimes the course length is 1 hour, but at the same time I dive into study notes, transcript, and presentation, and it takes let's say that 3 hours to complete it. So it really depends on your own pace. But one more time, I just encourage you just to take the exam for the first time, because you're gonna have 2 more attempts, and just to understand how the questions and how the structure, something like that, because it's gonna be a multiple choice question format. And afterwards you can take the second and third attempt. And the great thing is that you need to have at least 60%, not like the other Google or Facebook exams like 80%, something like that. If you just got 60%, it means that you are done.
So where to access the exam, Professor?
Just click to final exam.
Where?
It's here.
These are the modules?
No, upstairs, you see there's a final exam here under the start course button. No, under start course button in the middle of the screen. You see that there's a final exam. Yeah.
Okay.
And as you
But
see here, it's gonna be
we have to finish first 80% of the course.
Yeah, you can finish, but let's say that you can just click to all the modules and go forward in the videos, and it means that you're gonna be complete 80% in 5 minutes.
Okay. Great.
So those are the tips and tricks, by the way, off the record. Yes, Cynthia, go ahead. You are on mute, by the way.
You are mute.
Oh, sorry. Thank you, everyone. So the 6 courses that you had, I think that's the same thing as what we see on Moodle. You've linked us to the CDMA PDF files. It's the same thing here, right?
Yeah, probably the same, because last term, because last term the university just sent the emails at a very late, so I just need to get started the quizzes in week 2. So which is why I just wanted to upload those kind of things, but just make sure that they are up to date. Okay.
Thank you so much. And sorry about the confusion earlier with me sharing screens and all that.
No. It's totally okay.
Okay.
All right. So I guess that right now we only have Cynthia and Mohammed in the class. So if you have any questions and once you just see me online on MS Teams, even in the middle of night, if I'm online, don't hesitate to ask anything else. And
thank you very much. It's already mid of night at my time. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Guys, right now I'm gonna have a break for 10 minutes, and after 10 minutes I'm gonna be here until the end of the office hours. And by the way, afterwards I'm gonna attend a meeting which is organized by American Marketing Association Toronto subsidiary. And if you are not a member of AMA Toronto, I highly encourage you to be a member. You only need to pay for 11 to 15 bucks per month, but they just give you some perks like some marketing plan and template, content marketing template, and they just also organize some networking and digital marketing trainings. And I've been a member of that AMA, not Toronto subsidiary, but for the AMA in general for the last I think 3 years. So if you also want to just join one of the meetings, I'm also gonna share the next meetings with you. And if you are not a member, you just need to pay for I think 15 bucks for the training. But if you're a member for 1 month, it's almost 15 bucks. So it's worthwhile to give it a try. So I'm gonna just have.
Can you give us the link, please, for that website?
Yes. Just hold on. Okay. By the way, there are 2 organizations in Canada. I think the regulatory body is, Canadian Marketing Association. But the thing is that outside the Canada, no one knows about Canadian Marketing Association. But if you just talk about AMA, AMA is a #1 professional and, of course, the academic organization. All right. So I'm going to have a break for 10 minutes, and afterwards, I'm going to join you one more time. If you are here with me, we can talk a little bit more about the assignments or anything you want. Or if you are not with me, of course, I'm going to stay until the end of office hours. So let's have a 10 minutes of break right now.
Thank you. See you all. Bye.